Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome back, my dear students. Today we are going to have expansion unit 6, and this is the worksheets. We're going to do and work out the worksheets for unit 6. So hopefully you are ready with your worksheets with me, and let's get started. The first exercise we have today is a reading exercise. In a few moments, I just want you to skim over the text quickly so that you can find answers to the following questions. A farmer's market is a place where local farmers sell their produce. It is usually held outdoors and often scheduled days of the week. On scheduled days of the week. Produce usually means fruits and vegetables, but at some farmers' markets, farmers also sell meats, eggs, and dairy products, such as milk, cheese, and butter. Food that is sold at farmers' markets is known for being fresh and is often organic. Buyers assume that the food has been just picked or prepared at a local farm. There are a lot of reasons to buy your food at a farmer's market rather than at a grocery store. The following are just a few of them. When you buy food from a farmer's market, you're supporting local farms. This allows the farms to stay in business, which in turn preserves the farmland from development. Farms can usually sell their food at a much lower price than grocery stores. This is because they don't have to pay as many employees or pay for the food to travel. The food you will buy will be fresher and possibly healthier than food bought at the grocery store because chemicals haven't been added to it. Since the food doesn't have to be packed and shipped to a faraway grocery store, it does not contain any additives or preservatives to keep it fresh. Buying food at your local farmer's market also helps the environment because it means your food did not have to be shipped from far away. So, what is a farmer's market? And where is it usually held? Okay, according to the passage, what does produce mean? And here we get the answers. For number 1, it is a place where local farmers sell their produce. That's okay. And for number 2, it is usually held again outdoors, letter B. According to the passage, okay, produce is the fruits and vegetables. Exactly. What are dairy products? Can you tell me? Dairy products. Right. You are right there. Yeah, it's the products that we get from cows. Yeah. That is from milk mainly, like cheese, milk, cheese, and butter. That's right. Okay. Now, question 4, yes. The dairy products, and we said that it's letter C. They are milk, cheese, and butter. Okay. Question 5. Can farmers usually sell their food at a much lower price than grocery stores? What do you think? Yes, of course. Yeah, it's letter A. That's good, yeah. Because they simply don't have as many employees. They don't have to pay a lot of money. So, and everything is nearly organic. So, it does not, necessitate high prices. They sell their foods, their produce at lower prices than the grocery stores in cities and big cities that have to pay a lot of money, for the rent of for the employees, electricity and so on, for rent. Another question here, what do buyers assume? Buyers assume that the food has been brought from what? The food has been just picked or prepared at a local farm. Well done. Yeah. Now, produce at farmers markets doesn't usually contain it doesn't contain preservatives to make them last longer, because there's no need for that. And food at farmers markets isn't often, you're right, they are shipped from far away. That's good. So here we get the answers. And let's move to another thing. The food you will buy will be than food bought at the grocery store. What do you think? If it does not contain preservatives, if it is not shipped from faraway distances, what do you think? Of course, it will be fresher. Right. Now, for number 10, it does not contain any blank to keep it fresh. We've just discussed that. It does not contain any preservatives, and the other are just distractions that have no relation with the sentence. Yeah, preservatives. These are the answers. And carrying on to vocabulary section, choose the correct answer. This is the water that you get right out of the sink. What is it? Right, the tap water. And this is what we do when we turn something up, like the heat or the volume of our radio. Right, we'll crank up. And these are chemicals that farmers use to keep bugs and animals away from the fruits and vegetables they grow. What do we call these chemicals? Do we call them organic? Source? What do you think? Yeah, pesticides. Right, letter C. And this is the gauge that controls the temperature of our heat, air conditioning, or hot water heater. What do we call it? Yeah, the measuring tool. What do we call it? Yeah, the thermostat. Right. This is when we try to save something by only using a little of it. We usually do this because there is a limited supply of it and we don't want to waste it. What is it? Conserve. ترشيد استهلاك حاجة. Conserve. Well done. And now this is a synthetic material that we use in place of metal and wood. It's light and difficult to break. What is it? Yeah, plastic. Well done. This is the act of using something or the amount that we use of something. And this is consumption. Okay. As you can see the answers here. Okay. And then complete the sentences with the words and phrases from the box. A hassle, a piece of cake, I guess, chalk, lame. Can you think of the answers? It seems like such to always have to carry that stainless steel bottle around with you. Actually, you're always carrying around the plastic ones. What do you think? Yeah. But if I get tired of carrying it, I can always, anyway, I usually recycle them. Well, that's a good start, but don't you think it's to use the energy to recycle plastic bottles? Well, there is something wrong with the exercise here, with the answers of this exercise. Number 4 should be reversed with number 2. Here we should have it lame, and in number 2 we have it a hassle. So no problem, we'll be making up for this. And now let's turn to the grammar section. trees more quickly in cooler climates than in the desert. What do you think? This is a present simple tense because it's a fact. Yeah, grow. And scientists say that the world's climate is changing rapidly because it talks about a temporal event, a contemporary event that is happening nowadays. Perhaps in the next time era, in the next period, in the coming period, there's going to be a change. I don't know. Okay, planet Earth blank around the sun. This is a fact proved by scientists. Planet Earth goes round the sun. This is simple present. And why didn't we use go? Simply because planet Earth, it. Farmers, long hours in all parts of the world these days. Look, contemporary action are working. Letter D. Okay. Governments measures to limit overfishing are considering, because this is a contemporary phenomenon. So governments are considering measures to limit overfishing. Number 6, the polar ice caps at a dramatic rate. Again, this is a fearful phenomenon of these days. So the polar ice caps are melting at a dramatic rate. Again, there is just something wrong with this sentence. It should be letter D, not letter C. Are melting. Number 7, the UAE, a low level of rainfall has, because the UAE, it has a low level of rainfall. And if you heat ice, what happens? It melts. Have you ever heated ice and it didn't melt? So it's a scientific fact. It's a stable fact. If you heat ice, it melts. Present simple, present simple. Both the verb and both the condition verb and the result verb should be in a simple present. If they blank the first, it will take several years to grow again. What happens? If they replant the first, it will take several years to grow again, because it takes time to be great trees like we see in the first. The city's atmosphere will not improve if we blank stop burning fossil fuels. If we don't, this is a condition. Unless we stop burning fossil fuels, the city's atmosphere will not improve. Okay. Moving to exercise B, write the correct forms of the verbs between brackets. If we install photovoltaic panels, our fuel costs, and mind you, this is a question, so we have to have the auxiliary verb first before the subject. So what happens if we install photovoltaic panels? Will we cut our fuel costs? If you don't water plants, they simply don't grow. It's a fact. Nothing can grow without water. And the ranger will ask you to leave if you don't obey the park rules. Again, I advise you your paper and glass recycling to separate. The government wants us to conserve energy. Advise and want, these styles, it's a subjunctive style. Okay. I advise you to do something, and the government wants us to do something. So after advice and want, we have the full infinitive, to plus a verb 1. Okay. And here we get the answers. Okay, and this brings us to the last exercise we had today. Write a paragraph on going green. On writing a paragraph, as I say repetitively, it is important to have a topic like this and try to have all the sentences supporting and giving examples, to support the main idea, the topic sentence. You have a topic sentence, and then you start supporting it with examples and illustrations. so that your paragraph sounds coherent and logical. So what can we write about going green? Of course, you can write about the going green, styles, the ways on how to go green. You can resort to alternative energy sources like the solar power, and you can start recycling. You lessen your use of bags and plastic waste bags. You don't overuse resources. You conserve the use of natural resources like water. Okay, so you can plant some trees and some grass around in your house yards, city streets. So there are a lot of styles on how to go green. Yeah, you just think of the positive things that you need to foster, and the negative things that you need to give up, and then you're going to have a very sound and good paragraph. Well, I suggested some points here. Take a screenshot. This brings us to the end of our class today. Thank you so much, and wait for me in other classes. See you.